LEGO sent me this mini Pokemon Center to review, which has a very exclusive release on February 27th on LEGO Insider's reward program, where basically you have to spend 2,500 points, which is the equivalent of $384 in the United States, to get this set in your next order from LEGO stores and shop at home. This has 233 pieces, and yes, I'll be ranting about how ridiculous the accessibility of this desirable LEGO set is at the end of the video. This Pokemon Center is not one-to-one with any of the Pokemon Center designs. I say this looks most like the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Pokemon Center because it has that same logo. They kind of get that white top of the ceiling there and the roundness in shaping and everything. But even that's not one-to-one. The design here only has stickers. There's actually 3 stickers used throughout this set. One for the logo at the front right there. One for the healing machine on a 1x2 tile with 3 Pokeballs on it. And one for a Pokeball floor mat at the front on one of those flat top, round bottom 2x2 tiles. This set has a little play feature which is kind of cute where the Pokemon Center doors kind of slide open like this in game. And to replicate that, you just pull at these 2 studs right here. And yeah, that works pretty smoothly, and closing it is pretty fun as well. Some little shrubbery on the outside there with some simple 1x1 pieces that are modified. And I also like the roundness they capture using these little corner quarter circle pieces, as well as a sloped 2x2 right here, and another one of those sloped 2x2s at the side, and a sloped 1x1. At the side, you also have the use of those little vent pieces, as I call them. Those get kind of out of place because they are only attached with this one stud in the middle. This uses 2 sets of those 2x2 jumper tiles on both sides here to put those vents on. Regardless, on the interior, it can be accessed easier by removing this back half of the roof, which only attaches to 4 studs there. And much like the indistinct exterior, this one's even less tied to a specific in-game design, but they have a lot of the iconic parts. Like I showed earlier, that healing machine, which I quite like the build with the front right there. Nice use of the half circle tile piece. And they have that little border where on the other side, usually Nurse Joy is standing. And I like the use of the tulip pieces for these plants on both sides of that design. There's also a little table with a chair to the side right here, which I kind of wish they put on the opposite side of this design. I mean, that would be a little more accurate to, I think, Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon X and Y, where they do have like the seating area to the right here. And it would make it less packed to access this PC, where it looks like there's really not much room to get there. Of course, this is miniature scale. I like how they use a piece from a Speed Champion set for that flat bottom, round top 1x1 tile to replicate the PC. That's actually a really nice print usage that wasn't intended for this set. Then they use a 1x1 tile at the bottom there. That looks great. Kind of curious why there's these stripes on the wall right there. I mean, I don't think that they're trying to replicate like the storefront that some later Pokemon centers would have, where they actually have like the item shop inside the store there. But that would make sense for like the wall of different items and everything. And then on this side right here, they have like a little table that they could also be going with that as a seat. Again, it's miniature, so it's kind of hard to tell. Other than that, there's not much else to point out with the build here, with the design of this interior even. I don't care for mini scale Lego sets, like I like mini figure scale, and I kill for a mini figure scale Pokemon Center. But the truth is, the general public loves these types of sets, and lots of LEGO fans do. I mean, the miniature Hogwarts Castle that released rather recently is one of LEGO's best-selling sets of recent years. That sells like hotcakes every day. So this is something that would sell on store shelves if they put it up for $20, heck, maybe even $30. I don't think it would be worth anything more than, I guess, $15. But, you know, I'm a stickler with LEGO prices. What annoys me so much is that this costs $384 to get it from the LEGO Insiders Reward Program, which is the only way you could get this set. That's the United States dollar equivalent of LEGO Insiders points. That is 2,500, which is how much you have to exchange to get this. And then not only do you have to spend that, but to get a LEGO Insiders reward, you have to make another purchase from LEGO Shop at Home, and then they'll ship the set with that purchase. So you have to spend more than $384. I don't know why it's locked to such a high points count and why it's locked to such a limited program. I know people want limited edition things out there, but I'm more of a person who wishes things were more accessible for everybody. Yes, it would be great if every LEGO set's free, but that's not going to happen in reality. Just put this on store shelves. Again, you could sell over $20 and it would sell like hotcakes. And so much more people would be happy with a small LEGO Pokemon set. This is the smallest LEGO Pokemon set for the first wave in terms of piece count, and there's no LEGO Pokemon sets on store shelves that's less than $60. I think that's a problem. We'll wait and see with this summer wave, which apparently will have cheaper sets, but rumors have it that those are tied to the Smart Play feature and everything there, so that's already getting panned by the LEGO community. I'm sure kids will connect with that Smart Play world or whatever. I just think this would be such a huge seller, and it would make so many people happy if they sold it on store shelves, even if it's just at LEGO stores for $20. And them locking it to such an exclusive way is very annoying. I can't really rate this set because, I would rate it at $384. That's a ridiculous price for this set if you ask me. And again, I don't need to rate it because I'm just not a fan of mini scale in general, so I wouldn't rate this anything high. But I will say I'm surprised at how much I like that play feature, and I think they got the roundness of the exterior down really well. This is just a cute little thing to put on your shelf. So that's it for this review of the mini Pokemon Center. Thank you to LEGO for sending me this early. Please, LEGO, stop your scummy practices of locking such small, desirable sets to such hard ways. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my take. Subscribe here for more LEGO reviews, LEGO news and commentary. Sorry that I'm just reviewing this, but I've been out for a month, so I have not been able to get through any of these Pokemon sets that LEGO sent me, but I'm very excited. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.